a jury in the above entitled action and find the defendant not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty.
For over 20 years, I've helped the wrongfully accused prove their innocence. When someone doesn't have the resources, that freight train of injustice will run them down. Learn how we can help fight for your freedom at Cridine.com. Welcome to another podcast. Today we're talking about Stop and Frisk, also known as the Terry Stop. Going to be using statistics from New York City. But first, what is Stop and Frisk? It's the ability for law enforcement to question you without cause, to throw you up against a building without cause, to search you without cause whatsoever. And whatever they find, they use as evidence and they make an arrest. Statistics for 2017 in New York City, 90% were Black or Hispanic, mostly between the ages of 14 to 24. 90% of all stop and frisks in New York were Black or Hispanic. That's racial profiling at its best, folks. Of those, 70% were later found to be innocent and have their cases dismissed. Circumstantial evidence came up. People had cell phone, video cameras, eyewitness statements, video cameras from local stores showed police jumping out, throwing people against buildings, frisking them, and then planting evidence, either weapons or drugs. Think about that one. You cannot give a bunch of rogue officers that much power. We see it on the news time and time again. Officer shoots innocent minority, gets away with it, but it happens constantly. It's not that it's new. It's just more widely advertised. There's much more with social media and cameras. This has been going on before Rodney King days. It's just caught on video more. It's more rampant. Doesn't mean it's going to stop. It's only going to get worse. Now, what President Trump said a few weeks ago at a rally in Orlando, that he wants to enact stop and frisk across the country. And when I read that, I couldn't believe he said that, because that is a disaster. You're now giving more and more rogue police officers, not all, but some, you're giving them that power, mostly plainclothed, to jump out on people, search them, potentially plant contraband or weapons on them, and make an arrest. Crime doesn't go down with stop and frisk. Statistics prove it. The Terry Stop did nothing but increase the amount of arrests, which in turn increased the profitability for the privatized prison system. Think I'm full of crap? Look it up for yourself. I've spoken to a lot of people about this recently, and 911 is basically an inbound sales call if you think about it. The officers that respond are sales agents. Okay? For them to close the deal, they're making an arrest. You know, the ACLU got involved and they sued and they banned stop and frisk in certain cities because the statistics were just through the roof. Too many people, too many innocent people were getting arrested and charged and sent to prison and taking plea deals. One particular case, young African-American male was coming home from high school, walking home. A group of undercover detectives jumped out on him, threw him against a building, searched him, claimed they found contraband on him, locked him up. That happened on a Friday. His parents thought he was kidnapped. They thought he was dead. He just disappeared for a couple of days. Well, the ACLU got involved because he was not allowed a phone call. His parents were worried sick. Eventually, his charges were dropped because someone had a video footage that the cop actually took something out of his pocket, put it in the pocket of the young man, and then arrested him for contraband. That case really didn't hit the news. It was something like a little blurb, that's it. But this is something that is detrimental to the upstanding police officers. There's many officers who, do protect and serve, or serve and protect. But there's a lot of officers out there who forget serve and protect. It's purge in full effect. They're out there purging communities, and they do it to get their numbers up. This is how they get promoted. I've said it before on this show. It's a business. Once prisons became privatized and the judicial system found a way to make money off sending people to jail, a lot of innocent people got lost in the fray and sent to prison. Okay? You know, over 50% of the people arrested today will be wrongfully arrested. So if two people are walking down the street, they both get arrested. One of them is innocent but will be found guilty. Simple answer. They ran out of money to fight. We're trying to change that. You don't get into a car accident and then call Geico, right? I can't tell you how many messages are in the email inbox about people being arrested and they have an open case and will Cridine help them? Sorry, no. This is a policy you get before you're arrested. This is something just like your car insurance, just like your health insurance. And when you don't think you need it, bang, you're happy you have it. And I keep trying to tell people that over and over. I do these speaking engagements. I talk to the youth. I let them know, you know, this is something your parents need to get for you, because statistics show between 14 to 18, 70% of you will be arrested. And I actually have everyone stand up and then take a third of the room out. And then I say, all of you who are still standing will be arrested, according to the statistics of today. You can't risk it. Don't risk it. Okay? When you have a system that these officers, these rogue officers, not all but some, are out killing innocent people, shooting them in the back, killing them, beating them up, and then they get, hauled off to jail and charged. What happens? People start rioting and picketing or whatever, and a bad mass riot gets created. What does that do? Besides nothing on the positive end, it actually has a negative effect. When those riots happen, more people are rounded up and put in prison, which makes more money for the private prison system. So what is their deterrent to stop beating and killing innocent people? Nothing. They have no remorse for it. They have no accountability for it. Nothing happens. How many officers have to be found innocent after shooting an unarmed person in the back? It's disgusting. And again, for those officers that are actually serving and protecting and doing an honest job, they have to deal with the fallout from the nonsense of the rogue officers. And it's a shame. This system needs to be cleaned up. But how do you do it? It's not rioting. It's not writing letters. You have to have the money to fight them at their own game. And unless you got about $50,000 laying around liquid cash, you need to contact Cridine. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. For more information, visit Cridine.com.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! The truth! The truth! The truth! The truth! The truth!